Good morning, Mind Healers, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been on my channel before, glad to see you and thank you for being here. What are we going to do today? I'm going to show you how to make almond butter spread. Why? Because when I went to the shop today, almonds were on a super duper special. So let's begin. So first of all, they had these almonds on special, which is 500 grams worth of almonds, $3.99, which is an absolute bargain. Now what I usually do is buy my almond spread and almond butter. So I'm going to give it a go myself today. I've been online, I've found a recipe that's healthy and good for us. So let's start. And you know what? A really good hint is this is a good reason to keep your empty jars around, because I also make a lot of my own food as well, as you will see as we go along. As you know, I'm growing a harvest of food out the back, which is getting rather exciting. I'm going to have some snow peas ready soon, so I will be showing you how I'll be making a salad with some of my own produce from the backyard. So here we go. We've got our containers. They've all been sterilised, definitely. And to start off with, apparently what we need to do is roast our almonds. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So I'm going to pause, stop this video. I don't know really how to do that, but I'm going to give it a go. So what we do is we take 3 cups. So I'm going to do 3 cups, which should be about 500 grams. So that's 2 cups. It's a lot of almonds, isn't it? And I'm just going to put them in a roasting dish. So that's one. And like I said, perfect, 3 cups. So you can pretty much say right now, 500 grams of almonds is equal to 3 cups. Now it looks a little bit thick there. I didn't think it would be like that. So I'm going to get my larger oven dish, so that they are all touching the bottom. Sorry about the noise. Maybe just on the shape, so they're all nicely spread out. And now I'm going to pop them in the oven for up to 10 minutes. So we're roasting the almonds. Here we go. Right, so we leave them in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes from what it says here. The oven is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 180, 200. So we turn that up to 180, 200 degrees. And we're now going to wait for 5 to 10 minutes. So I can tell it's 3 minutes on my video at the moment. So that's fabulous. So 360 degrees, add the almonds to around and roast the nuts for 3 minutes. Oh, 3 minutes. Seems to have changed. 3 to 5 minutes. Or until the nuts are lightly browned and small and nutty. So be careful that they don't burn. So we'll have to watch those. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them cool down a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do with that is we're going to add into our food processor while they're roasting some cinnamon. Now this is optional, you don't have to add cinnamon. So how much cinnamon are we going to add? We're going to add, here we are, where is it? A quarter of a teaspoon of, quarter of a teaspoon of sea salt and quarter of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So we have a quarter of a teaspoon here. So this is an alternative for you. So we put in a quarter of a teaspoon of cinnamon. I reckon you could even do nutmeg if you wanted to. I've never done it with cinnamon before, so I've always bought it. So this is why it's great. It's so much more fun to make your own food and a lot healthier. There's no preservatives or anything in your food. Okay, so we're going to open this up. We're going to have quarter of a teaspoon of fine sea salt. So I love pink salt, so I'm going to grind this up because we use pink Himalayan salt a lot in our household. And that looks like about 1/4 teaspoon. Let's have a look. Perfect. So put that in. And then we've got 1/4 teaspoon of our vanilla extract. Love the smell of that. Gorgeous. Okay, so we put 1/4 teaspoon in. And then you can add honey or maple syrup apparently, but that's optional. Well, I'm going to see how I go because I've got rice malt syrup here, which I like as an alternative rather than using maple syrup or honey, which has a lot more sugar in it. So we shall now just check on our almonds and give them a toss because it's been 3 minutes. Right, so I had them on the top shelf. Now I'm just going to wait 1 minute, so we're at 6:26 on my video, so we'll wait to 7:26 and then I'm going to take out the almonds, and it does say that we need to let them cool down. Let's have a look. I love following recipes, but I need my glasses. So how is everything going with you? Are you coping? I'm going to be doing a series videos on pain and healing, and that's about emotional pain and also about healing from pain that's been in your life and some of the strategies that you can do. There's 5 different tips that I will be doing that can help you to heal yourself and heal that heart of yours and your mind, which, you know, they're both connected. So we really need to be able to work on both of those parts of the body and the spiritual self in order to heal ourselves completely. So let's have a look. So how to make it. You need a 12-cup food processor, it says here. A 10-cup can be sufficient, but a large high-powered blender should also work. It makes 2 cups, so this makes 2 cups, which would be 2 of these jars here of our natural almond butter. So we heat up, we roast the nuts until they're lightly browned, and then, if you want to make it crunchy, you can roast the almonds in the bowl of the food processor. Just pulse it 6 to 8 times. So you can have it as crunchy or as smooth as you like, which is sort of great because that's sort of what peanut butter's like, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to take out our roasted almonds. Oh yes, I'm going to turn the oven off. Oh yes, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. I'll just grab my big jug here. What we're going to do, so I don't burn my fingers, is I'm going to take these and put them into a jar here. You can probably hear that they're roasted. Fabulous. Don't want to touch anything. It's highly likely that I would burn myself because I am renowned for doing that in the oven. A bit of a family trait actually, knocking into walls and burning ourselves on oven dishes. Okay. I've got nearly all the almonds out here. And of course, while I'm doing this, they're cooling down at the same time. Smells good. Okay, so nearly got them all out. There's only about 6 left. Wow, seems like a lot of almonds, doesn't it? All right, so we'll put this baking dish to the side. And now that they're cooling down, we're going to add them to our mix. Okay. That seems fairly easy, doesn't it? And what we need to do is pulse our almonds. We've got all the almonds inside. You can see all our almonds in here. Okay, beautiful. Nicely roasted. I'm going to give them a swirl. You know, because we put our salt in there, and we also put our cinnamon and our vanilla extract. Okay, so we're all done. Now we're getting ready to pulse. Okay, so I reckon that's about halfway. See, it's still quite large on top, so we're going to stick that back on if I can. Okay. I love food processors, they make life so much easier. All right, so here we go. Now I'm going to be using the pulse, which is on the left-hand side. So did you hear that change just then? So as you can see, we're slowly getting finer and finer as we go along. Oh, smells amazing. Okay, here we go. Again. Like I said, I've never made this before, but as you can see, as the minutes are going by, you can see how fine this is now. Now apparently, if you wanted to, you could have it a little bit like that. Now I'm going to add a little bit of rice malt syrup to the top. Just a teeny weeny bit, probably about half a teaspoon. There we go. Let's see what happens when we do that. Because like I said, this is experimental for me because I've never made this before. But I like it fine because I like it on my sourdough. Yum. All right, here we go. So exciting. I love doing new things for you. Always good things to go. Like now, you can see it's starting to, it's still very fine. I might give that a bit of a stir with this, just to loosen it up a bit. Oh wow, it's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Might just have a little taste. Woo! Yum. All right, so we're going to go further. Now it looks to me like we might need a little bit more vanilla extract. So I'm a bit naughty like that with recipes. Sometimes I just add a little bit more of something because I feel like I love vanilla extract. Absolutely amazing. So here we go. So obviously we need to blend this for quite a considerable amount of time. That's okay. important to take, so I just thought it could do a little bit more of that. So now we've stopped. It's all catching on the edges there. Oh, that is looking good. Yes. Just want to show you what's happening. So see how it's congealing together there? So we're going to keep going, but I feel I need to use the other side of this and just give this a bit of a whirl. Now I wasn't sure about this, but I'm looking at this recipe and I'm thinking to myself, usually they've got, there's usually an oil on, sort of on top. So I'm thinking I told you I always do this. I'm going to add a little oil, olive oil, to, I reckon that's about half a teaspoon of olive oil. Play around with recipes, you know, there are no rules. Like I said to you, I don't like rules, so I just do things according to how I feel. So here we go. Coming together nicely here. Little shake. Right, so what I can see now is that there's a bit more moisture collecting. I need my glasses because I can't see. There's a bit more moisture collecting now, but it's looking good. I'm just trying to figure out what the difference is. So what I'm thinking is the one in the shops, because these are the ones from the shops. I'm thinking that they add oil on top or something like that. So I might try that myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these off, and you can see that it's sort of congealing together still. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to spoon it in. Now let me have a look at my little directions on this side. When the almond butter is smooth and creamy, add salt, blah, cinnamon, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we've done that. Store in a sealed container or a mason jar for a few weeks. It will last longer. Okay. Seems pretty simple. I'm going to go back and see. This seems a little bit more moist than mine. It does say it'll last 3 to 4 weeks if it's stored. It will last longer when it's stored in the fridge. I do have it in the fridge. So what I'm going to do, this is my first go. We're going to open one of my jars. It smells like almond butter already. And we're going to add the nuts. Oops. I do know when I've been in the shops, it's got that oil on top. So I'm just, I'm just going to add a little bit of oil on top. And that's olive oil. Give it a little bit of a toss. Okay. Yeah. I reckon, this is what I think, I reckon that we need to process it longer. That's what I think. I'm going to have a taste. Okay. Can't say I probably recommend the olive oil, but you know, you get that when you try something different. Still tastes good. Okay, so I think that we need to go longer. So I'm going to add some more cinnamon to this, a bit of a sprinkling, and I'll add some more vanilla extract. I don't know whether it's the almonds or what, but it's not quite buttering up like it is in the picture. Do you ever find that when you do a recipe, it just doesn't quite seem to be going the way you thought it was going to be? But that's okay. Calm your farm, we say. Calm your farm. Does it matter? So, and we'll connect it. Here we go. And I reckon that's about as far as we're going to go. So it doesn't seem to be doing anything else. Yeah. Well, this has been a good experiment, hasn't it? Making almond butter. So, we're finished now. So all we do now, it says, is that we put it into our container. Tastes good. So let's put some into our jar. It doesn't look very buttery, does it? I can't really figure out why, but you know, you learn every day. Round one. Now I've got almond butter here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of that on our sourdough. Here we go. Almond spread. I'm just wondering whether the food processor has processed it enough. But you know what? Still tastes good. Wow. I will let you know what happens. Thank you for joining me. Almond butter, delightful on our sourdough. Take care. And may the light in me always shine the light in you. Remember to experiment in life. Give things a go. Doesn't matter whether you achieve it, fail, do well. Who cares? It's all about the journey. And I will keep you up to date with my almond butter and what happened. Take care. Bye.